Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the left side as the green allies. We have General spawn top left side as a Cyan random Soviets with Berat. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Orange Empire. We have GTX480. Spawn on the bottom right side as the Red Empire. We have Troy 78. Spawn on the right side as the Blue Soviets. We have THC Sniper or Snip3r. Spawn on the top right side as the Yellow Soviets. We have Billy Kimber. I feel like I said the right side a bit too often, more than just three sides. Either way, you got bears. Will it be a bear eat bear world? Got a doggy advancing down the center. We do have, looks like another barracks here. So it's two Soviets and Empire versus Empire, Allies, and Soviets. So there's one Allied player on the map. Pair of bears pushing way forward. The science bears are moving around. Got two yellow bears here. My apologies. Conscripts advancing forward. Both the bears getting stuck behind the conscripts. They're asking for head pats. And yellows and science bear does get a good kill there and get a bit of cash bounty as well. Getting some extra credits, and now the conscripts are trying to gun down. Does get a drive-by swipe there on that bear. Gets another roar there. These bears are... No, the science bears went down. Yellow just lost a whole lot of force there. He's going to need to get out a sickle or a terror drone to help deal with this force. Cyan does get another roar there. Blue does get a great roar there. Does get that conscript, and now the rest of Cyan's force will be fine and cleaned on up. Over here, I'm not sure what was there. Do have a sudden transport. Gonna be loaded up with some tank busters and Imperial warriors. 2 Imperial warriors, 3 tank busters. Now conscripts and bears. Maybe I'm to push towards blue. That's a yellow terror drone with his teammate. And this oil deck is almost down. Let's go down there and actually lose a couple of Imperial warriors there, being too close to the explosion. That's a good kill there. He thought he was going to pop out right there and try to get an early bonsai charge. He did not. And now we're going to see perhaps the same aggression. Did you just use the same composition as opponent? Well, no, he has 3 tank busters rather than 2. So Sickle's now charging forward. Great snares there by the terror drones. And now we've got this force advance forward. Blue does have a small force here of a terror drone and a pair of bears. Could have got a good burst down the terror drone, but did not. And the great sickle jump there, but does get immediately snared. Does gun down that bear in time. And luckily the heroicness of some of those conscripts does manage to finish him off and also resist the bear roar. Another Cyan bear there. All of Blue's bears have gone down. Do have a hammerhead or hammer tank in the region. Terror drone's charging forward. Does get a snare on one of the hammer tanks. Very, very nice. Cyan sickle does go down. Cyan is going to leech down a fresh Crusher Crane he's playing on the front line. He's trying to stall out for the Crusher Crane to get those repair drones up and going. Marines advancing forward, hitting Blue's base. Sickles could do a... Yeah, it does do a fleet jump there, getting some great damage and kills there. And he needs to stick around that region, don't finish them off. The Reds push way forward. No, that's his teammate. His teammate does support his the Blue Soviet player finish off that Riptide landing there. And Yellow's now eyeing for the expansion here. Down south we do have Air Drone or Ore Collector versus Mecha Tengu. Does the pack on up. This some transport may be loaded up with something. Yes, it was loaded up. We got some massive honorable discharge there, getting some bit of a chain reaction there. Still got this Jet Tank or Mecha Tengu, that mix. Cyan's pushing away from north. Yellow's terror drone does get it snared. Yellow does have a pair of hammer tanks and a pair of sickles. Cyan however, has 3 hammer tanks. His teammates providing some good fire support there and pushes forward with his own sickle. There are 4 hammer tanks versus 6 hammer tanks. He does have a Crusher Crane here, which can provide some good repairs on the front line. He needs to start focusing down these forces. The Crusher Crane can stand a bit of a beating. This coil being pulled out by... That looked like Yellow's on, so I'm not so sure whose that was. Let's get an extra gun there on some of these hammer tanks. That one does go down now. Starting to leech down this Tesla coil, which is being pulled out by Cyan. And blue just going to fall on back. Over here we do have, looks like a ore collector seeing massive abuse, but there is a not Tesla coil, ore collector. It does finish it off before going down. Ore collector has been snared there. And green does well an engineer there. There's a couple bears in the region. That engineer's not going to do much, honestly. There's not any structure to capture other than this reactor, and it's not really worth it now, is it? The Riptide's going to be advancing back out to sea. Science now deployed out forward, barracks, and Tesla coil here. You also got an engineer deployed on out. Was that sold off from MCV cell? That may have been from MCV cell. Does at the last moment. And trying to gun down the engineer now. The engineer may have got the kill there. Because I saw the engineer fire his revolver. You can also just sell it off immediately. It doesn't really make a difference at this point in time. But does gun down the engineer now. Hammer takes now advancing forward to Yellow's base. Yellow has the MCV. Where's Yellow's MCV? Also low power. Is Yellow out of the game already? Yellow may be already out of the game. Oh, did Green had an engineer. Green's an allied player. He captured a mecha bay from Red. It was like Team Left Side's doing just aggressive assaults with these engineers. We do have, of course, the Tesla core deployed out by Blue. Yellow just maybe knocked out of the game. May want to back out of the game to give all the structures and resources to a teammate. Science now advancing forward. Do have some sort of beacon called there. I think it's the Tesla Strike. Gets a great roar there, annihilating most of those bears and infantry forces. You got some flak troopers in this region. They have mag mines out. Start hitting Science infrastructure. Cyan does not have MCV, so he did sell off the MCV, but it does have a crusher crane and a war factory and an airfield. Oh wait, no, Science MCV looks like it's out at sea. Never mind. The Blue's force will be cleaned on up. Pair of hammerheads or twin blades are on the field. There's a Cyan MCV. Red's infantry force is going to get annihilated by these mecha tengus over here. Oh, there's a Yellow's MCV. That's where it was. There's another engineer there. It does pack up the MCV in order to prevent it from that engineer catching up anything. Does not get the crush off in time. There could have been a brief moment where he could have Riptide could have been crushed. You got check Mecha Tengu versus Mecha Tengu, but Orange has more. And Red's going to be trying to back out to sea. My apologies. Green's now back forward with this Riptide that may be loaded with the Engineer. Green has another Riptide up here. Cyan does have a hammer tank into Yellow's refinery line, trying to get these forces. Do have the engineer trying to go for a cap. And then Green does actually claim this ore refinery. Cyan's not pushed forward to this base here. It's not looking good for Team Right Side. They've lost so many structures to engineers, and the engineer aggression has been unusually high. Yellow's not trying to pull out all the structures. He's probably floating a bit of resources, honestly. We do not got an ore refinery and war factory employed out field, not being stalled out and out. Pressure crane will complete build. Now got laser lock javelins hitting Yellow's MCV. That MCV may want to pack on up. Great crushes there, great bear roars, and Green's forces will be cleaned up entirely. Now Super Actor's going up. He doesn't exactly need a a crusher crane anymore, as his economy is now shot. And wait, Green even claimed this, war refinery? So, this is a lot of structures that's been lost to Team Right Side. Okay, Yellow had a lot of resources stockpiled up, and he definitely has... Okay, that's Blue's airfield, not Yellow's. Green has, of course, been pushing a lot of these engineers, but now his base structure is starting to be getting overwhelmed. We're trying to advance forward with a bunch of Mecha Tengu, Jet Tengus. Does transform right there. Gets a point defense drone, trying to focus on some Pole Frogs. And takes now the mix, trying to engage on in. I think there was some mag mines that was thrown in the mix as well. More Pole Frogs getting hit. And takes charging forward. One of them is dual wielding. Now the bullfrogs will get some great damage on the retreat. And no honorable discharge as they get shot down. On the right side, you have the Twin Blades, Javelin Troops, Riptides, a mix of everything hitting this space. And the allied player still has a Jet Tengu in the air, but not being gunned down by the Bullfrog. This force is starting to be cleaned on up. Oops, I hit my microphone, my apologies. And now Green's Riptide will back out to sea. Red's pushing forward a massive wave of Jet Tengus. Besides advancing forward of a massive army of hammer tanks, but it looks like almost all of them are infected. Now the chain infections are happening, so this fourth army will be cleaned up thanks to those terror drone infects. We do have a Twin Blade here deployed out by Blue, gunning down some of these javelins. Javelins are trying to laser lock the Twin Blade, and looks like they got in the minimum range of the Javelin troops there, preventing from firing and interrupt the laser lock. Blue's MCV's charging them forward. Looks like all the terror drones have gone down. SIR Trick has come forward by Cyan. More infects there. Does manage to get more and more infects. And now the Bullfrogs are charging forward, trying to get some kills there onto these Twin Blades. All the Twin Blades have gone down for both sides, and Blue's NCV has been destroyed. We got this laser lock javelin taking out this refinery, does force sell off, and looks like Yellow back to the game, getting all the infrastructure to Blue, so Blue is actually in the game again, even though losing everything. So now he has another Soviet player that can take control of. And now Cyan's going to advance on forward as well. Blue doesn't have much time to get regrouped in order to defend himself, because already some Riptides in the front line with a good number of Javelin troops taking out the Twin Blades. Does go for a flak tower there. Needs a sentry gun. As will some bears. Bears will help out, because there's too many Riptides for the bears. Does get one of those, the Peacekeeper got loaded up all stunned. We got these Tsunami tanks advancing forward, gives some good damage there onto the Mecha Bay. Orange does have the MCV still alive, so can rebuild. Tsunami tanks going to be backing off to the sea using the nano deflectors. Blue still has this oil derrick and has some structures up here. Okay, we got a Blue Tesla coil pushing right there, hitting the ore refinery. Very nice. These are Cyan's Twin Blades getting flacked by this flak tower there. I don't know what's going on. And Cryo Blast now being called on in. It may freeze, it does freeze his teammate's reactor, which does get shattered by the small AoE damage from those Twin Blades. Green's refinery has gone down. Green still has a refinery up here. Orange is not looking all too good. Still has a MCV on the field. Trying to pull out some walls, looks like. And Orange does not have any sort of economy, does he? Cyan's advancing forward with now a big wave of hammer tanks and Twin Blades. While Orange may not have economy to get back in the game, he at least should still stay in the game in order to bring in protocols, because those don't require any cost. Looks like Cyan did bring some satellites right there. Who's advancing forward with these bears. Red's warding away those hammer tanks. Still got a good number of Twin Blades here. Mass transform there, gunning down most of those Twin Blades, but now got the Bullfrogs getting some good damage. Bullfrogs will be... can't go any farther forward. There's some bears, Tsunami tanks there. Blue sells off a handful of structures there. He does have this MCV here, as was another refinery. Hammer tank does get some good damage there from these Twin Blades. Blue does not have a whole lot of infrastructure left. Red has more infrastructure. Break Desolator strike there, but should be able to get repaired up through and out repaired through the Mecha Bay core. Will see a bit of damage. And the Tsunami tank will get picked off right there. Blue's base is going to get overrun. We do also got Javelin troops down south. Going to see a mass transform on these forces now. And the super reactor does not go down right there. Now goes down, annihilating all those infantry forces. And Team Right Side has back the game now. This is Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.